my biggest takeaway, like I said, is what is the deal, YouTube? As you guys can see, man, it has been raining non-stop in Vietnam. Right now, I'm in like I guess you could say like the day room of my condo, little ping pong table. But nonetheless, man, today I wanted to talk to you guys about some of my biggest mistakes since I've been in Southeast Asia, okay? Some things that I wish I knew before I came here, a few tips that would have helped me that I want to share with you guys that might help you all, okay? So number one of the biggest mistakes I made was when I was in Malaysia, I was literally like 30 minutes away from the main city, bro. I was so far away from the main city. I think I missed out on a lot of Kuala Lumpur because I wasn't really in the main Kuala Lumpur, okay? I was in Shiraz, I think that's how you say it. And I think my experience in Malaysia would have been much, much better had I been closer to there. It's kind of loud in here. I'm about to go outside actually, bro. Just chill, man, just chill. But yeah, so, we chilling poolside now, you feel me? But what I was saying was, yeah, Malaysia, I was so far away from the city that I think it kind of just ruined the whole experience of Malaysia. I feel like I didn't really get to experience Malaysia as I should have and as I could have, being that I was just so far away. And I think that like kind of stopped me from going to all of the street markets as much. That's kind of hindered me from trying the street food as much. That kind of hindered me from like talking to Malaysian people as much. That kind of hindered like my social life a lot, because where I was at, it was like I would have to drive 30 minutes to get to the city, and then it's like once I get in the city, it's hot, so it's like I can't really just hang out. And where I was living at, it just wasn't too much going on. There was a mall and stuff like that, but it wasn't like I would rather been in an area where I could just walk out the house and just walk around and like see a lot of people. It wasn't like that. Like here where I'm staying at now, in this condo, I walk out, like I said in previous videos, it's like 7 buildings, like 7 like 25, 30-story buildings around here, and so it's plenty of people. And as soon as I walk out, it's just so many people I could talk to, and that's the type of living environment I like. And so I wish I would have had something like that in Malaysia, in Kuala Lumpur. I think that would have made my experience a lot better. But the place I was staying at was cool, you know what I mean? It was a nice view, and it was a good price. But I never been to Malaysia. I never been to Asia in general, so I didn't know what I was really getting myself into. And so with that, I would have done that differently, okay? I would have stayed closer to where I need to be at. I think that just comes with like researching where you are visiting and where you are traveling. For some reason, I don't really like to do a lot of research when it comes to traveling. Maybe I'm just lazy, or maybe I don't know. I just like to show up and pull up, you know what I mean? Even like where I'm at right now, although this is a really cool spot, I was telling the homie the other day, like I'm at D7, all of the events be like in D2, D3, D4, like around those areas, and like 10-15 minute radius from those. And although I'm not too far from a lot, there is some places where I have to drive like 25 minutes, 30 minutes, 22 minutes. I would much rather be like a 7-minute, 8-minute, you know what I'm saying, 12-15 minute drive. But you know, this location isn't as bad as the other one. Like I said, even when I walk around, it's tons of people out here, so this is cool. And then another thing is paying too much for Airbnbs, okay? I spent way too much money, not way too much money, but I could have gotten them for cheaper, right? So one thing I learned is like, for example, over here, right? And this is the same thing that happened in Malaysia. Over here, let's say you find a spot and it's $800 a month, okay? You're like, okay, let me grab this before anybody take it. Well, what I didn't realize is, let's say you're staying in a certain neighborhood. Let's say the apartment complex is called XYZ. Well, if you find one listing at XYZ apartment complex, it's going to be more listings. And so if you just search for XYZ apartment complex and then just see what all is available, you'll be able to find more, okay? And that's something I realized too. Like, I could have maybe saved $100, $200, $50 a month had I just seen these other listings. But I wasn't thinking about that. And you know, your living expense, like your Airbnb or your rent, that's pretty much gonna be your biggest expense out here besides your flight getting here. Your biggest expense will be your Airbnb or your rent or however you are living. And so you want to keep that as low as possible, you know what I mean? So I would have done that differently for sure. For sure. And then my next point is I want to say it's going to lead into more points after this. So this is like a big point, then we're gonna have some smaller points in it. Okay, so number one, well, not number one, but my next point is overspending. Okay, it's very easy to overspend here because everything is so cheap. You're not really considering how much money you could be saving, right? So for example, let's say a Chick-fil-A meal is $13 in the US, right? You can buy that same exact meal for $8 here, right? And so you say, okay, well, this would be $13 in the US, but here is $8. I ain't tripping, I just get it for $8. But realistically, you can find that same meal for like $3, $4 if you just look at the right places. And so I think going out of your way to save extra money is a smart thing to do. You can save so much more money if you just do it intentionally. And it's gonna throw you off because everything is so cheap. You're used to paying so much more for XYZ that you think it's not really that big of a deal. But it's like, bro, you could be saving so much more money if you just do it intentionally. Like, I know it's cheaper than the US prices, but it gets even cheaper and you can save even more money, and you can spend that money on other things like trips, vacations, better Airbnbs, whatever the case may be. And so you just wanna be careful of every dollar that you're spending. Be careful of when you're spending the money. Like, for example, one time I was walking around the street, I got the street food Bombay, and he charged me $22,000. But I was in another area of town and they charged me $50,000. Although $50,000 is still $1 and change, I could have got it for less than $1 somewhere else. So that's what I mean by like just being like aware of like your spending habits, like, because I'm telling you that money does add up, and it adds up quickly, especially like when you like ordering food, Grab and stuff like that. It's going to be cheaper, but you can get this food and you can get all this other stuff, the rides, everything else, for way cheaper if you do it a smarter way. And so to my point, like me and my homie, we realized this the other day, like, so you know, in the US, right, we have convenience stores and stuff like that, gas stations. Typically you don't really find dependable quality food at gas stations. Okay, maybe a Quick Trip, maybe, but BP, Shell, things like that, you're not really just finding like high quality food that you can eat on an everyday basis consistently, right? Here, that is the complete opposite. They purposely have convenience stores for you to go in and find those high quality meals for you to eat. Like, they have those everywhere, and they have very, very good meals. And so me and my bro, we was talking, I'm like, bro, cause we be eating these bowls, it's like beef, rice, and onions, right? We eat those bowls like 2-3 times a day. And I noticed, like, ever since I started eating them, like, my body, because I work out a lot, I go to the gym 3 times a week, my body looks so much better since I started eating these. But before this, I was like ordering food at this spot, it was called like Healthy AM. I was getting like chicken and rice and like vegetables and stuff like that. And once again, it was a lot of food for a low price, but let's say I'm paying like $8 for a meal, right? But I'm getting like pancakes, like chicken breast, a salad, like 3 eggs, like so much stuff for like $8, $9, right? So it's a really good deal. But this beef rice bowl is literally $1.50. You know what I mean? Literally $1.50, and it's amazing. It's so good. Like, it's so good. I eat them all the time. Like, we be making jokes like, yo, they need to start ordering some, or just drop them off at our crib because we gonna buy them anyway. Like, they are really good. And I think it's called I don't know how to say it. It's like Jadan, something like that. It's Japanese food, but so good, so good, so good. And they also have like chicken curry. They have a bunch of different options that are very, very good for a low price. And so, yeah, don't sleep on the food marts here. I'm telling you, I know in America it's not normal to eat dinner and lunch at the gas stations. But here they have gas stations and they have convenience stores. The convenience stores, get food from there. I'm telling you, it's good, high quality food, and it tastes amazing. I'm telling you, and it's so convenient. They are open like 24/7. And you know, you get home 2 o'clock in the morning, you go there. Before it would be like, I get home 2 o'clock in the morning, I'll order some pizza off Grab. I got paid a delivery fee, and I got paid the pizza fee, and that's gonna be like $6, which isn't bad. Like, it's not bad. So that's the thing. Like, it's very doable and manageable. And it like, compared to the US, you're getting a deal, so it kind of throws you off. But realistically, I could have just went to the food mart for $1.50. Okay, boom. Now my next point, Grab, right? So like I told you guys before, Grab is like Uber here. You can get food, you can get rides, you can like get things like, let's say you need to take something to somebody else's house, you can just give them a bag and they'll drop it off for you. Stuff like that. They do, like, you could do payment through them, you could buy stuff with Grab, you know what I mean? So that's the type of thing that it is. It's like Cash App, Uber, all in one. But when I first got here, especially Vietnam, and like I said, in Malaysia, I wasn't really paying attention. I'm not sure if they had bikes or not. And they probably did, to be honest. But nonetheless, I was taking cars this whole time. Like, taking cars. And bro, not only are they more expensive, but they're way less convenient, okay? They take longer to get here. It's traffic everywhere, so you're gonna be sitting in traffic. And bro, it's just not the move. And my thing was, like, you know, I'm not used to just, like, you know, in the States, you take Uber, right? A car comes to pick you up, and that's it. And that's what you get used to. So you come here, you try to do the same things. But it's a different place. Like, it's so important to adapt to your surroundings. Pay attention to what the locals are doing and move like the locals. Because, bro, the cars was so unnecessary. Like, 7-minute car rides, bro, like $7, right? And once again, the money is, a lot of it, like I said, these points come below the money, but like, a lot of it is, I could have saved so much more money, bro. I wasted mad bread without knowing. And even though, like I said, compared to the US, you're saving a lot of money, but you could be saving way more. And so yeah, so with the Grabs, like now, bro, I take the bikes everywhere. They're so quick. You get in and out of traffic. You like, bro, you get there like way faster. They're way cheaper. They're usually, it takes like a minute or 2 minutes to come to you. The car is gonna take like 7-8 minutes. Like, bro, it's just way more convenient. You know what I mean? Another thing that I wish I would have known, right? Yo, overpacking, okay? I packed so much stuff that I don't use, like, that I've never even taken out of the suitcase. It's just sitting in the suitcase. Bro, I have a PlayStation 2. I brought the PlayStation 2. Like, I first of all, I bought it before I left because I was like, oh, this would be something cool to have. And I might, you know, I might keep it for the future just to have like a artifact or whatever. Like, you know what I'm saying? Just something nostalgia, just to keep it around the crib. But bro, I didn't play it once. No, I think I did play it a couple times, but bro, maybe 2 times. And those 2 times was like, I was trying to work on the video. You know what I mean? I did not need it. You know what I'm saying? I did not need to bring it. It's a bunch of clothes. I didn't need to bring a bunch of clothes. I wear sandals. If it's 7 days in the week, bro, 5 days out of the week, I'm wearing sandals, bro. I got like 4 or 5 pairs of sneakers. You don't need all that, bro. You need like 2 pairs of sneakers, something to work out in, and some sandals, bro. That's it, and you'll be good, okay? Trust me, bro, you'll be good. And so, yeah, man, it's just like, bro, it's just so much that, and even if, like, bro, I brought hoodies, and like, you know, I got hoodies because I use them for promo, but it's like, bro, I don't even need all of these hoodies. Like, bro, you don't, it's just so much stuff. Like, in the US, you're so used to having so much, and it's such a big move going across the world. You think, oh, I might need this, I might need that. Bro, you're not gonna need a lot of that stuff, bro. You need like basic garments, like underwear, socks, and like maybe 4 shirts, maybe like 2-3 pairs of shorts, a couple hoodies, hats, shades, whatever, bro. But you don't need a ton of stuff, bro. A lot of that stuff you aren't going to use. And it's so funny, like I was telling my homie, I'm like, bro, whenever I do go back, bro, I'm selling everything. Like, it's nothing that I need, like, period, bro. It's nothing that I need back at home. But my biggest takeaway, like I said, is not adapting to the culture as much as possible, right? If you pay attention to what everybody else does, although it might be different from what you're used to, they're doing it for a reason, and it's because it works, okay? So you have to really pay attention to the customs and the way of the land and blend in, because if you don't, bro, you'll find yourself just wasting time, wasting energy, wasting money, wasting resources, and all of these resources you could be using elsewhere. You could be traveling more, you feel me? Because the flights here are only $50, $60 one way. So the amount of money you could save $60 in 2 weeks by eating at the convenience store instead of ordering food. That's a trip, you know what I mean? And so don't get caught up in the prices. I'm telling you, don't get caught up in the prices. I know it's going to be cheaper than the US, bro, but it should be even cheaper. I'm telling you, it should be even cheaper. So, and it's funny because, like, for the longest, like when I moved here, I'm seeing locals eating at the convenience stores. All of them, they in the convenience stores eating. And I'm like, I'm not really paying it no mind. I'm like, I might just order this food. Lo and behold, now that I've been here long enough, bro, I'm one of the locals. Now I'm eating at convenience stores. So pay attention to what the people are doing, bro, and that will save you a ton of time, man. But yeah, so that is what I wish I would have known before I got here. And also one last thing. People are very nice here. People aren't racist. People don't hate black people. And the US is more racist than Asia, okay? I made a video about that, so if you want to like learn more about that, watch that video. But that's something else. Like, I think it's a misconception that you know, a lot of black people don't really come to Asia, so people don't know what to expect. People might think this or that, bro. It's not like that, bro. Asia is lit. They mess with us out here. It's all love out here. 95% love, and it's way more love than the US, bro. So other than that, man, yeah, I think that's what you need to know before you come to Asia. And I'm trying to think of if anything else. Something else is, like, right now, bro, you feel me, it's raining. I would love to be walking around outside making this video, but you know, right now it's rainy season in Vietnam. I wasn't aware of that. Not that it's a big deal, because a lot of times it is shining very bright outside, but it's been raining non-stop, and I wasn't aware of that. It's so funny because, like, I always think about the Forrest Gump movie where he's like in the he's at war or whatever, and he just talking about how it rains over and over and over, and it's like all different types of rain. It's hard rain, sideways rain, etc., etc. And it's really like that in Vietnam. Like, it's all different types of rain, so that's funny. So yeah, I wish I would have did a better job of understanding the climate and understanding what season is when and where should I be during which season, stuff like that. That would have definitely been helpful, and I could have been more prepared. I don't even have a rain jacket, bro. I have hoodies, no rain jackets, okay? I was thinking it's just gonna be hot, but hey, it is what it is. And another thing is, I wish I would have did a better job of understanding which countries and cities are the most social and best to be for like expats, because, for example, I wasn't even planning on coming to Ho Chi Minh. I never knew about Ho Chi Minh. I never knew anything about Vietnam. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. The only reason I came here is because I had to leave Malaysia. I was looking for somewhere to go, and this girl that I know, I met her in Texas, but she was living out here, and she, every single day on her story, it's looking lit. It's looking like she having a great time. I'm like, dang. So I hit her up. I'm like, yo, should I pull up, blah, blah, blah. She recommended it to me, and I came. That's it. So I wish I would have did a better job of like understanding what are the best spots to visit. Boom. And then another thing is, you guys know I trade stocks, right? So you have to take into account the internet, because sometimes the internet isn't that great, and you need it, but it ain't there. You know what I mean? Like, my charts was like loading, like 30 seconds to 1 minute slow, and that's a lot of time in the stock market, you know what I mean? So things like that. Here I haven't been having that issue, but when I was in Malaysia, I was definitely having that issue, and so that's something to consider beforehand, because you might need to make arrangements to take care of that, you know? And finally, the last thing I'll say is, personally, like, to be honest, bro, I wish I did a better job at learning the language. And although I attempted to, and I did learn a lot, I wish I could talk more Vietnamese. I wish I could have spoken more in Malaysia. Although they do speak a lot of English, especially in Japan. I wish I could have spoke a lot more Japanese, just so I could talk to the people, you know, and get to know people better. And yeah, so those are some things that I wish I knew. And I'm excited, like, now that I know all this stuff. Now I can finally do it right, and I'm gonna keep learning though. Keep learning. And about 3-4 years, I have everything down packed, and it'll be little to no mistakes, man. So I'm looking forward to that day. But yeah, man, hope you guys enjoyed this list. If I left anything out, leave a comment, let me know. If there's anything you want me to expand on, also leave a comment and let me know. But nonetheless, man, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. I appreciate you guys watching as always, man. Shout out to y'all. I got the best subscribers ever. And I'll catch up with y'all later, all right?